Hello students, standard 8 physics chapter 11, the revision is going on. The chapter 11 is force and pressure. Until now we learn about the force. Then what is force? How can we measure the force? Then also we learn that how force can come into play. A push or pull on an object is known as the force, and force can come into play when at least two objects can have interaction. So when two or more objects come into interaction, then the force can be produced. It is converted into force. And also we learn about that effect of forces. That force can change the state of motion. State of motion are both regarded as state of motion, like when the object is at rest, it is also state of motion with zero speed. And when it is in the motion, means it is moving, that is also regarded as a state of motion. So it can change the state of motion, means from the rest it can start moving, or if it is already in motion, it can change the velocity, means speed can be increased or decreased, or it can change the direction of the motion also. Means if it is coming in the one direction, and by applying force you can change the direction of the motion also. And other effect of force we saw that it can change the shape of an object also. So that are the different effect of the forces that we learn already. Similarly, after that we learn that they can be divided into two parts, that is the contact forces and non-contact forces, that we learned in the last session. Contact forces means that two objects must be in contact. Without touching, we cannot apply that force. They are known as the contact forces, in which we learn about the muscular force and the frictional force, or the force of friction. These type of forces are such that without direct contact we cannot apply that force. So they are regarded as contact forces. And we saw that some of the forces are such that the direct contact is not necessary. Without touching also that forces are applied, which are known as non-contact forces, like magnetic force, in which it attracts the pieces of iron, and it also attract or repel the other magnet, like poles and unlike poles have the, we know the about it. Then the other non-contact force is the gravitational force, and also the electrostatic force, means that force exerted by the charged body to an uncharged or the charged body also. So that was all about the forces. Now in this chapter, in this session, we have to learn about the pressure. What is actually a pressure? Pressure is because of the force we apply on an area. So actually what is the force? Pressure. Pressure is the force acting on a unit area of a surface is called pressure. So what is the definition of pressure? The force acting on a unit area of a surface is known as the pressure. So there is a formula to find the pressure also, that pressure is equal to force divided by area. Means we have to find the measure the force and that area on which we are applying the force, and we get the ratio, and that answer is known as the pressure that is exerted on that particular object. Now here you can see that lesser the area, greater is the effect. Why it is so? Means if the area is less, pressure's effect is more. You know that in the mathematics we learn about the fractions. Numerator and denominator. It is in the form of numerator and denominator. If we make the denominator bigger, then the fraction becomes smaller. And if the denominator is bigger, smaller, then the fraction will become bigger and bigger. It means that the denominator is less, then the pressure will be more. The effect of pressure will be more. But if the area is big on which we are applying the force, then the area is big, then the pressure will be less. So here it is that lesser the area, greater is the effect of force. Now in this situation, when we counting about the pressure, we have to consider that only those forces which act perpendicular to the surface on which the pressure is to be computed. It means that here we are considering only those forces which are exactly at 90 degree. Means if you are applying the force, it must be exactly at a 90 degree, not like the other angles. That force is only we are taking in the count when we are talking about the pressure that is acting on the surface. So that is very important here, that force which are acting only perpendicular, that will be counted here. Now a potter, maybe you have seen a potter, or maybe you have seen some vegetable vendors. Maybe you have seen that vegetable vendors or the potter, what do? They take a piece of cloth and make round like that, and then they will put it on their head, and then they will put the luggage, heavy luggage on this. I hope everybody has seen, because the vegetable vendor, that ladies coming outside your houses, they also first put like that one, make it round, and then they will put that one on the top, and then they will put their basket of the vegetables. Similarly, the porter on the railway station also, or anywhere, you will see that they will make this type of rounded cloth. They will put that one first on their head, and then they will put that heavy load on it. There must be a reason for it. So now I am going to explain you that what is the reason of putting this type of situation on the head before they put a heavy load. Here a potter places a round folded piece of cloth on his head while carrying heavy load to increase the area of the contact of the load with his head. If we put here, then only the little area is that on which the load will be in contact. But when he put that thing, then the area is bigger. When he put that on his head, then the area will be bigger. And therefore, as I told you, if the area is bigger, less the effect. Lesser the area, greater the effect. Means greater the area, then the less the effect of the force. And therefore, here also it's shown in the figure that porter is carrying that load, but before that he put the red cloth. You can see that here. Between the load and the head, there is a red colored. You can see that. So by putting that, what he is doing, he is increasing the area of the surface on which the load is there, and therefore the effect of pressure is less, and therefore he can easily carry that heavy load. You can do it yourself also, this practice. Take a big bag or something that is in your house, put it on your head without that cloth, then feel what you observe there. Then take a piece of cloth and make round like that I show you, and put it that one first on your head, and then you again put that bag or very heavy thing. Then you will feel some difference. While putting this, you will not be getting much pressure on your head, because the area of the contact is increasing. So by increasing the area, the effect of that force is very less, means pressure will be less, because pressure is getting distributed over the area. If area is small, then they will get more pressure. Area is big, then the pressure will be distributed, and therefore less effect of the force will you feel. So that is the why they are doing that one. Similarly, if you observe, or you can go visit a dam like Kelia Dam or any other dams nearby you, and ask the officers or engineers there that when they build the dam, what precautions you take. Then they will explain you that the base of the dam is kept broad, because you know that in the dam a lots of amount of water is stored. Now when the lots of amount of the water is stored, it will have a great pressure on the walls of the dam. So if the base is not kept broad, then the pressure will be more, means the effect of the pressure will be more. But if the base is very big, if you keep the base big, then the pressure will be distributed, force will be distributed, and the effect will be less. So it cannot damage that dam. So that is why they keep the base of the dam very, very broad, so that they can prevent that building broken. Similarly, when you build your house also, as any civil engineer or architecture people, when they start building the houses, તે પહેલા એ લોકો ખાડા ખોદે. તમને ખબર હોય તો પાયો નાખે એમ કે ગુજરાતીમાં. તો તે પાયા જે છે એ ઘરના કરતાં થોડા પહોળા રાખવામાં આવે. Means that base is kept little broad, so that it can get the pressure of the whole house will be on that. And therefore, if you keep it shorter, then what will happen? There is more pressure on that, and there is chances of getting broken down. And therefore, the bases are kept broad than the real house, so that it can bear the high pressure of the whole building. Otherwise, if the base will be weak, base will be shortened, then the area cannot be more contact area, and therefore the pressure will be on the lesser area. And as we already talked, that lesser the area, greater is the effect of force, and therefore it cannot be a proper thing. Similarly, take two nails that we hit it in the wall or the wood. One of them take sharp, and take other one with the blunt end, and try to hammer them both in a piece of wood. Which will be easier when you apply the same force? you will notice that the nail with the sharp end will be easier to go in than the nail with blunt end. Why? When the nail is having sharp end, then lesser the area. Lesser the area, more effect of the force, and therefore it will go easily. But if the nail is blunt, the area is bigger. Similarly, if you notice your school bag strap, they are given broad, not like very thin. Why? Because the whole bag is you are carrying on your shoulder. So, if the area of contact will be here on your shoulders, if it is small area, you will feel very heavy load on your shoulders. But when they give the broad straps, then the area is bigger and then the pressure will be distributed and less effect will be there. Similarly, if you notice the tools which are used for cutting or piercing or making holes, etc., they also have the sharp edges. The knife in your kitchen, if it is blunt, it is not easy to cut the vegetables. But when you sharpen it, then you can easily chop the vegetables. Therefore, here also we are decreasing the surface area so that the effect of pressure will be more. So, such type of situation we always understand about it. Now we talked about the solids, but liquids also and gases also exert pressure, about which we will learn in the next session. Here we are going to finish our session, and there will be some question answers in the PDF file. In any confusion, write down in the comment section. Thank you very much.